Give people some time to come on in. Got a good live. At least I'll wait about a minute. There's something I want to cover, so I'll try to make this a little quick live. Sometimes slow connection. Okay, hopefully this live will be good. Do good, alright? So yeah, Shabbat Shalom, y'all. This is James Speed. Forward with another video. And this video or live is going to be about the creator of LGBT, Matthew 19:12. That's Saint Matthew in the Holy Bible, Matthew 19:12. All right, so dealing with here in this live, this lecture, dealing with is kind of based off of the new movie that came out, The Creator. All right, it has Denzel Washington's son, basically playing this special agent who goes and to try to destroy this AI. Not my video when you keep saying slow connection. Hopefully this video shows, this live shows up like it's supposed to. All right. So yeah, it's a movie based off of basically AI taking over, destroyed a good thing part of California, and they creating this super weapon. So they send Denzel Washington, character Joshua, played by Denzel Washington's son, in this movie to destroy this new weapon that could be even more dangerous than before. But he come to find out that this dangerous weapon is basically in the form of a child. All right, so I think they call it a simulus child. So I guess basically like an android type of child. So he basically has to he's on this mission to destroy it, but then things happen along the way. Keeps saying slow connection. Wish I could get my thing. Anyway, but trying to so with the video, so based off of that, one thing they mentioned in the movie that stuck out to me was, of course, treating AI. AI was seen as a big threat. Destroyed a big part of I think either Los Angeles got weaponized and destroyed. I think either Los Angeles or maybe even California. I think it was Los Angeles. So you had this. Basically, it was a war between the Western and the East. You had New Asia that was saying, hey, AI is our friend. And America, man, the West was like, no, it never happened again. All right, they destroyed us, and we got to destroy them before they destroy all of us. All right. So, yeah. So, with this right here, well, in the movie, you could see how one's was basing a lot of real fears based off of AI, but also seeing that really AI was really the fear that humans had of AI was basically meaningless in the sense of you created it. So this creator AI that comes up, but if it wasn't for you creating and feeding AI, you would have never been able to do it. And then come to find out in the movie, well, I might be some spoilers in there. So if you haven't seen the movie, The Creator, just came out 2013, go watch. I think it was December, or maybe it might have been November it came out, but go check it out. So it's The Creator. So sci-fi movie about AI. Yeah, I'll take it. But in the movie, you see, like I said, the struggle of ones in the West seeing AI as beings. They say, well, they just they not them or her. It's kind of like we're dealing with trans. That's what I'm getting into. how people refer to trans people, or it's not really a she is a he, it's not really a he is a she. Well, they don't really have this like this. They'll never really be fully this, never really fully that. All right, um, etc. etc. Or with gay people, so gay and trans, China, and do they deserve to have this, have that? They're trying to replace real women, and there's an AI trying to replace the jobs. Okay, and I have my own hangups about AI because it is, to be concerned about. But at the meantime, if you're really gonna be mad at AI, like the movie suggests, you need to be mad at humans because humans created AI. What I'm getting with this, just like you have people, mainly like Charleston White, people like Charleston White, who is known for attacking gay LGBT. He got into it with Saucy Santana. When Saucy Santana got into it with DJ Academics about, the City Girls, and Saucy Santana, the rapper Saucy Santana, said some things that, you want to fight, and DJ Academics, but then went off left field, and I definitely don't agree with this, that Saucy Santana said that he was going to knock DJ Academics out and SA him. Okay? Now, already knowing how people think about the community, that was not good to say at all. And I do not support that whatsoever. I mean, if you want to get your fists and get your fighting on and handle it, sell it, okay. I'd rather people don't resort to violence. But, I mean, hey, then to do that kind of thing or suggest or joke, however you want to put it. So, yeah, so you do have somebody, I guess you want to say I'm from the community, whatever, speaking against it, I've spoken against it. I don't support it at all. Saucy Santana was dead wrong for that shit, for saying that. All right? But yeah, okay. I don't really care how mad you are against somebody to say that. And over some social media about DJ Academic says some stuff about them or whatever the case may be. Okay, those your homegirls, stand up for them, all right. But to be like, oh, okay. Well, getting that, so you had, I guess you could say, social media shot jock comedian, Mr. Controversy himself, Charleston White, said a lot of things against Saucy Santana, attacking the gays, of course, etc., saying things you can't do nothing, taking the side of DJ Academics in this, but also just saying, hey, going with the narrative of, as a straight man, you can't argue, you can't fight no gay person, you got to either kill them or you got to F them. So why even argue with? Don't even try to fight him anyway. But in the midst of saying that interview, he was saying stuff about how gay people don't have a God. There's no God that gay people have. That that is a demonic spirit, etc. And I started going to myself. It did went into how he's also mentioned. Now this is the key part where he mentioned that. Now this is said. This has been said many times before, that gay is a result of many people who are gay is that way because somebody did something to them. Somebody, touched them, right? And it gets me to thinking, I mean, well, who touched them? So if this is true, that the majority of all gay people are this way because somebody at some point touched them in their life. Was it a gay person? Or was it a straight people? Is it the straight people with the demonic spirit? Or is it the gay people with the demonic spirit? Because gay people didn't just start out of nowhere. They had to be created. So who created them? Was it other gay people? Was it the straight people? So AI just didn't pop up out of nowhere. Someone or something created AI, and I think it's humans. So straight people, So what is it with humans to think that, hey, we need AI? What is it about straight people that think, hey, we need to create some gays? So you saying that the gays don't have a God, that no God that they can worship. There's no God of any religion that can accept them, that they can worship, anything like that, right? Because they're gay. Even though you said that they were created. So Charleston White and those who run with that narrative, and I used to believe this myself, before years me coming out as trans attracted, who created the gays? So who is to blame for the gay sickness? Is it straight because you say all the gay came because you being gay, there's no God that will accept you. So no God should accept straight people either, because straight people create gays. The creator of gays or trans or LGBT are straight people, or can be straight people, as thus says the Bible, the Holy Bible, Matthew 19:12, because eunuchs were seen and looked at by historians of that time, of Aristotle, Philo, Alexandria, many other scholars, Jews and Gentiles alike, wrote about how they felt about eunuchs. It was the same way that people talk about gay men, or how they expect a man who works at a beauty salon of being gay, of having relations. So yes, you might have your genitals cut off, but you still have your anus, you still have your mouth, you still have your hand. They couldn't have sex because they didn't have no genitals. Okay, anyway, Matthew 19:12. For there are some eunuchs which were born from their mother's womb. This is Christ's red letters. For there are some eunuchs, or Cyrus, which are born from their mother's womb, and there are some eunuchs which were made eunuchs of men. And there are some eunuchs which were made eunuchs of men. And there be eunuchs which have made themselves eunuchs for the kingdom of heaven's sake. He that is able to receive it, let him or her receive it. Let him receive it. Okay. Matthew 19:12. So we see how gays or eunuchs, trans, can be made. And why were they made? Well, eunuchs to guard the king's harem and to do other things for the king. And you have eunuchs in history who were the very trusted officials within the king's palace and court. So, with the close guarded secrets. So who can get in and who can't get, anyway. So in other cultures, doctors, lawyers, you name it, good at fashion, the arts and crafts and shit like so. The creative energy is within the people that you say they can't create. In the movie, it mentioned how, like it say, I think some of the what they call it, simili, they couldn't have children. But you had a woman who was raised by them who said they raised me even better than human beings because they couldn't have children. And I say that about when people about gay LGBT. I said, hell, you have people who were raised by the trans woman who was raised by a gay couple who was raised better because they couldn't. So like I say, those who have the gift of birth seem to sometimes neglect, throw the children away. I don't want them. And the people who are not able to have them, seem to go crazy about them, are not known to throw them away, are known to raise other people's children that they gave birth to. I'm a real man because I not got her pregnant. I'm a real woman because but I left I left the baby at a dumpster. You got people leaving their dogs, even not on the street, that's like an extension of your family or part of your family. Leaving their dogs on the street, leaving their children out, just out here, getting abortions out the wazoo, right? So, like I said, so who is really to blame? So why be mad at, for those who have this argument and still get this narrative? Who should you really be? Who is really the bad guy here? Is it the gays or is it the straight? It's just like in the movie, the AI that people thought was destroying the earth, really that thing that caused that catastrophic, as I mentioned, catastrophic explosion to happen, it was a human error within the code. Because, they're still programmed, right? They're programmed to do certain things. So that was because of human error. That the AI did in the first place. So if being gay or gays are an error, then who made them, who touched them in the first place? Was it, because you do have women who say, yeah, they're lesbian. That's not all, but there are women who are lesbian who say, yeah, they had a male relative or they had some guy they knew that was close to the family of the opposite sex who touched them. And they feel like maybe that's part of why they don't like dudes. Vice versa with certain guys. Okay? Who have been touched on by the So what is it with straight people making gays? Why can't straight people stop making? So why blame the gays for being who they are, but not blame the straights for making the gays? Because if can't no gay get into the kingdom of heaven, can't no gay worship a God, has no place for God, has no acceptance for God, then no straight should either, because straight people create the gays. If you can write off a whole group of people for being who they are, who say, yeah, I was born this way, this is who I am. There are ones who say, well, yeah, I feel like I was born this way, but I was touched as well, da-da-da-da, so it could have been this, could have been that, it could have been chemicals, da-da-da-da. All right? Why not blame the straight people who put the chemicals, I guess, who touch, fondle, make the gays, and give birth to ones who are born as such? Because you got natural born eunuchs who didn't like women. Look it up. I brought information. Might have to put this video, the videos I've done, up all the time of the sources of this information. So it seems like a lot of y'all not getting it or y'all ignoring it. The information that's out here concerning the past. Because there's nothing new under the sun, as the Bible says. But anyway, but then again, what Charleston White, he says stuff, but he's known for sending deep pics to guys, right? What's the guy, Quavo, whatever the guy named, the rapper, sending him some pictures of muscles, and he admitted that he sent him a deep pic. He rubbed himself up and looped, got his thing Johnson with, and sent dude deep pic. He done this with other guys too. So, yeah, dude who sent another dude deep pics, you come what you want to. No guy who ever sent me no pictures of himself. I said, hey, you know what? I can't compete with those muscles, so I'm going to send him the only muscle And you do have some people say, hey, I don't rock with dude. I don't rock with Charles after. They said they don't rock with Charles after that. After he admitted to that so many times, he's like, oh, they were like, no, no. But you got people who really take this dude seriously about him being against gays or what he says about gays and whatever. Anyway, like I say, he gets into comedy, right? Well, he's one hell of a. I mean, but yeah. So looking at that, man, I just wanted to kind of put that out there as yeah, people can get mad at the crackheads, but don't get mad at the plug. Like, well, wouldn't be no pill poppers, tweakers, and all that if it wasn't for the people that make it, that push it on them. Okay, so you can't have one without the other. So you can't have straight without gay. You can't have gay without straight. You just can't. You can't have AI without humans. How did AI get here in the first place? Humans. How did gay people get here? All right. So, just like I mentioned before, in anything in this life is a spectrum. There's a spectrum. Anytime you have two polar opposites, there's a spectrum, right? So if you have left, right, you have east, west, you have what? Midwest, you have northwest, you have southwest. You're going to always have a spectrum within that. So if you have straight, you have gay, you're going to have a spectrum even between that. You have man and woman, male or female. You have intersex. And you have variations within all of it. You see what I'm saying? So, which I remember, I think like 41 variations of intersex. But you have variations. You have a spectrum. It's going to be a spectrum. So within that, you cannot neglect that. You cannot negate it. You cannot throw it out. Okay, so you have people who are born male on the outside, but on the inside, the brain function is that of a female. And one's intersex conditions grow up to become transgender. Okay, not all intersex people, but you have ones, but that is a condition, or that is a way of being born. That's different. Okay, so with that, like I said, you have male and female. You have people that's, you have animals of the land and animals of the sea that it mentions in Genesis. But what it doesn't mention in Genesis are the animals of the land and the sea. So you have the animals of the air, of the land, of the sea. Doesn't mention amphibians. Doesn't mention animals that live in the sea, in the water, as well as the land. So we find out about those animals in Exodus. So in Genesis, we see male and female. We don't. You can say if you don't really read, don't know how to really read it in proper context, you can say just based off of what we was told. Oh, there's no intersex. There's no hermaphrodite. There's no transgender. See, male, female. That's it. And then later on, we hear about eunuchs. Male eunuchs who known to be very feminine in spirit, as I think goddamn, I just said his name. Follow of Alexandra, as Flavius Josephus. Flavius Josephus, Jew historian Flavius Josephus said, I believe it's like, yeah. And anyway, I've done videos saying this many times about that. But anyway, I want to make this live basically about the Creator and why, and in the psychology, or pick a gnat, those who pick at that which they create. Those who judge their creation, but never step foot in their creation. Never walk the day in their creation foot. So Yeshua became his man. Because man said, well, God, how you going to judge us by these laws and you never had to live and be in this flesh and deal and abide by this? How can you judge me? And I'm in this flesh. So Yeshua is the word. The word had to become flesh and manifest and had to experience to be able to judge. So when Yeshua got here, he said, was hanging out, say, it is hard down here. So I'm gonna hang out with the with the drunkards and the harlots, with not with the but with the whores, you know what I'm saying, because it's not easy being in this flesh. To get them to repentance. Yeshua kept it. But Yeshua was tempted within the flesh. So it's ones who claim they're not gay, they claim they're not gay, not bi, they're not none of that, yet they judge someone and never walk the day in their shoes. Probably never really sat down and had a conversation with them. Like I mentioned before, in Iran, I think is one of the countries that give out the most SRS, sexual reassignment surgery. And in the 80s, I believe the leader of Iran sat down with a trans woman who was about to be executed. And before being executed, she talked to the leader. And the leader kind of realized, okay, yeah, this is a woman who's in a male's. Okay, so we're going to basically make it easier for ones to get the surgeries that align with their mind. So even though being gay was still, I think it's still illegal in Iran, being trans is more forced on you. But it's still discrimination, I think, against trans people in Iran, whatever. But anyway, saying, like I said, since the 80s, it was on. But even going prior to that, like I said, Ottoman Turks and all them known to deal with trans women. That's going way back. The eunuchs, trans women going way back. But anyway, so yeah. For those who believe, oh yeah, it doesn't exist within the Islamic world. We got Pakistan. I think Pakistan got the first trans church, transgender Christian church for trans women. Trans people, eunuchs. We got Iran. So I don't even know if they even force it upon you in Pakistan, but I know in Iran you can't say, "Hey, I'm a gay man." You got to be like, "Hey, you got to transition." Because the reason they have a warped mindset of it, but they still understand that more than they understand being gay. Okay, so they're like, okay, well, you like men because you're really a woman that really want to, so they kind of coerce them to transition. Okay, but going back to the Bible, made eunuchs of men will take the feminine, soft males at 12, 11 years old, castrate them, and bring them around the women, around the harem. As they so, and if you had natural born ones, you didn't have to do that because they were just naturally just that way. They didn't like women. It was very feminine. Okay? From their mother's womb. Ones who were made, forcibly castrated. So who created God? Who created the devil? Who created AI? Who created gays? LGBT? Who created? Did the gays create the straight? Did the straight create the gays? Did the AI create the humans, or did humans create AI? Did we create the devil? Did we create God? God created the devil. So like God said, God formed the life from the, so yeah. So had to come down to say, you know what? All men of sin shall be forgiven, except and being gay is not a sin. I'm just for those who think it is, but let's just say it is hypothetically. All manner of sin shall be forgiven, except what? Blasphemy against the Holy Spirit. But you have some people say, "Oh, gays ain't got no kind of relationship. Can't have no kind of relationship with God." Oh, you know, I'm telling you. So yeah, even so-called white man come from us, Esau. Okay, but we lived amongst Esau. We lived amongst Esau to the point that we became everything that he was, that he is. He's past 400-500 years, so I guess you could say we can't really judge him. But you got people who never really sat down and had a real good conversation with trans women, trans people. Okay, never had a real in depth. Don't have a family member who's trans who you see them living their life. You sit down and really just let them tell their story. And don't say that you got to be clapping for them. You got to accept it and say, I've heard the stories. I've been around them. I've seen how they, I've actually taken that on myself before I judge them and say, hey, what would it be like to wake up one day and not see myself the way that other people see me or perceive me? My physical is saying something, but my mind is saying something else. It's kind of like you going, yeah, you might have dark skin, but you say not all skin folk is kinfolk, right? They might be my color, but not my kind. So yeah, I might fit in with them on looks, but culturally and just my spirit, I don't resonate with them. I don't resonate with them niggas over there. I just don't. You know what I'm saying? So okay, you find yourself around a bunch of people who similar, complexion and hair textures, but you're like, I just don't fit in with them. Trans women was born a certain way in school, come up with like I'm look, yeah, but I might, but I just don't fit in with them, because their mind, their spirit, and their mind is that of the girls, of the women. And what a clash that is in a society that's, I mean, come on, just imagine that. Ones you can't even imagine that because you believe, oh, it can't exist. It's just this and it's just that and this blah, 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 blah. So if there's male or female, it has to be something in between. It has to be someone or some beings that exist in between. It has to be, if the spectrum of light. We don't just have day or night. We have dawn, noon. We have midday. You know what I'm saying? We have, okay. We don't just have black and white. We got green, red, and different frequencies of light that our eyes pick up. Is different frequencies of light that are really not like green, just different frequencies of light. Anyway, but either way, there's many rainbow colors in the rainbow. There's many mansions in my father's house. There's many mansions. There's many houses. All right. But anyway, that's why so many, I guess, letters. LGBTQIA, blah, 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 blah. But, all right, so I just want to put it out there, man. Y'all be good out there. It's the Sabbath, man. Keep the Most High close to your hearts in this days and time. And just know that there's something for you. All right, that the Most High is not through with you. We're going into 2024. It's December. I believe the 8th, if I have it right, going to their time, December 8th, 2023. We're going to 2024. And just look for, keep your head on the swivel. Look out for a lot of things. Look out for from AI to blessings financially to even some struggles. But even some things that will show you that we're at a time where we're going to higher dimensions. So a lot of things are going to be moving fast, pretty fast. All right. Uh, so you gonna have a lot of things going to be happening. But that's not to get worried. That's not to be afraid. That's to know that the times that you're in of your redemption is near. Okay. So we don't have that we don't have long for the kingdom to come, which is already here. The kingdom of heaven is within you. But for us to get to that Christ consciousness and see it for ourselves, right? So you have to. So when your vibration rises, awakens, and keeps rising, you'll get there. You'll see it. It'll be there. It'll be everywhere around you. I see people. They make all these videos. These conservatives and these twins and such and such. They keep making videos about trans. They make more videos about trans than I do, because whether they know it or not, want to admit it or not, that trans is here to stay. That trans is the future. Transgender people, a transition. So we're at that time where we have to keep this in mind and stay positive as much as you can. Be on a higher frequency. Stay prayed up. Keep reading the Most High's word. Try your best to be kind and loving. But you have to fight when you need to. And stick to what you know is true. And to what's in here in your gut. All right? So with these things that's in store for 2024, X marks the spot, April 8th, 2024, for those who know. Okay? It's that time. It's that time. It's that time. All right. Y'all be good. Shalom. Shabbat shalom.